Hey, what's up guys? It's Brendan from Best Life Weight Loss. And today's bike vlog, I want to talk about enjoying your food. You know, cutting calories, not flavor. You know, it's going to be very similar to the Your Diet Getting Stale video I made a couple months back. But this one I want to talk about more of why. You know, why should you enjoy your diet? And that seems like a silly question. It seems like a silly statement to make. But I keep seeing all this stuff online. I keep seeing all these things in person. Oh, my diet is, I'm eating broccoli and chicken. And it's like, that's not sustainable. I tried that. I've tried all of that shit. When you, first off, when you are eating, when you're eating and it's fucking bland and there's no flavor, eventually you're gonna get tired of that. Eventually, it don't matter how satiated you feel, your body's gonna get tired of eating something that's not good, that doesn't taste good. There are so many healthy options. And one thing I don't understand is, like, if you're exercising, if you're working out, why not season your food? You're already exercising, so the extra salt, it's not like I'm saying to season your food with like sugar and fucking shit like that. Like salt, pepper, garlic powder, cumin, chili powder. There's so many different seasonings. They have all-purpose seasonings. They have blends. You know, when I make burgers and turkey and stuff like that, I use a Dave's chicken seasoning. That's literally what it's called. Dave's chicken seasoning. It's burgers and steaks is another one. And then when it's like red meat, steaks, filet mignon, I use just salt, pepper, garlic powder. But the point I'm making is that it has to taste good. If you're, that's the only reason I've stayed so consistent on my diet, is because the food tastes good. And I'm not just talking about the meat. I eat a lot of vegetables now, I eat a lot of fruit. And when I prepare the vegetables, I'm fucking putting butter on them and I'm putting salt. Obviously, I'm not putting a crazy amount, but I'm making them taste good. You know? When you, like the carrots, when I bake the carrots, I really don't put a lot of stuff on it. But I usually bake in the carrots with something else. When I bake asparagus, I slide that bitch in some little bit of butter and salt. Put the carrots in there, let it all bake together. Comes out tasting great. You know, I make a lot of squash and zucchini. Made squash, zucchini, and kielbasa yesterday with some white rice. And it was delicious. And I used that Dave's seasoning on it. But what happens when you're not, especially like, it's not just about like making sure all of your food tastes good. You have to have certain things that you like, you know? I'm not saying every day have a cookie, but you know, a cheat day, a day where you can enjoy your favorite foods. It's very important to give yourself that. If you go through your diet and you're constantly thinking about, I want a fucking Hot Pocket, and Hot Pockets are trash, but you know, when I was younger, Hot Pockets were one of my favorite foods. You know, now I wouldn't touch a Hot Pocket with a 10-foot pole, but the idea is that you got to give yourself things that you like, you know, no matter what it is. I mean, I don't have any food restrictions on my cheat days. And then on my regular days, I make sure that I'm eating food that tastes good. That not only tastes good, it's high in protein, high in carbs, minerals, you know, just things that I need for my body, you know. So, you know, when I do my main meal, I like to have my carbs. You know, when I'm doing snacking and stuff, I like to have minimal carbs. But protein every time would be great, you know. When it comes to snacking and stuff like that, desserts, it's too easy to use fruit. It's just something you have to try and experiment with. You know, when you get done with a meal, and usually you'd have some cookies, a cake, a little snack cake or something, try having something like an apple, an orange. You know, those are kind of, you know, I love the oranges. An apple could be kind of bland. I like pineapples and blueberries after a meal, you know? And even yogurts. There's a lot of healthier yogurts, Greek yogurts, that I've been finding, that I've been experimenting with. High in protein, low in fat and calories. Only problem I find with the yogurts is they have more sugar than I'd like. So even the yogurt for me is more of like a dessert tool. But if you don't really care about the extra sugar, you know, you could add the yogurt into a meal. You know, you could have the yogurt with some fruit, and that could be your breakfast. You know, they say to have a really big breakfast, but it's really about the nutrients and the proteins you're getting that matter. It doesn't matter how much you're eating, at what times. It's about how much energy you're burning and the fuel you're giving your body at the right times. You know? But at the end of the day, you have to like your diet. You know, when people tell me about their diets, they're always telling me how trash and shitty it is and how much they fucking hate it. And how they wish they could just eat whatever they want. And I'm not telling you, hey, just eat whatever you want. No. You gotta watch the calories. You gotta make sure you're eating the proper nutrients, a good amount of protein. But the correlation of healthy eating and the food tasting like shit, they don't have to go together. The food can taste great and you can still lose the weight. And that's really what the point of this video is like if you're right now, you're going through your life and you're going through your diet and you hate it, you need to reevaluate it. You need to look at your diet and say, why is my diet so bland? You know? And, you know, this goes back to this diet getting stale. You can't just have the same thing every week. It's great to meal plan, and I probably have the same meals every month. But each week I try and change it up even just a little bit. Could be like similar meat, different vegetables. Same vegetables, different carb. You gotta switch it up. You gotta find different flavors that work well together. You know, the potatoes I have, it's like garlic and herb. Goes really well with like steak or like ground turkey burgers. So finding different, you know, spices that complement the other foods you're eating. Making an entire meal that the whole plate can complement each other. I don't season the white rice. I cook the white rice in a cup. But when I put the rice with everything else, it complements it. And, you know, if you're fat, like I was, like I still am, you know, those meals you're looking forward to it. Even now, I've lost 150 pounds, and the highlight of my day is my meal. And I want it to taste good. When you're thinking about, I'm gonna go eat this the entire fucking day after working out hard, and you're like, oh, I wanna eat this. And you go to eat, and you're eating some bland chicken, broccoli with no salt, rice with no flavor, yeah, that's not sustainable. That's not something you're gonna wanna keep doing. You have to like what you eat. You have to have a good diet doing it. Season your food, experiment with fruits and vegetables, and don't cut out anything out of your life completely. If you know it's bad for you, if you know you can't control yourself with it, make sure you set up a day out of the week, out of the month to have some. It's okay. I have ice cream at least once a week. I try and have some ice cream. I love ice cream. You just can't have it every day. And that's the idea of a good diet, is cutting calories, not flavor. I hope you stay positive, start your weight loss journey today.